Okay, today's shoulders. I start my shoulder workouts, at least the past few months, with sitting barbell military press, traditional. And I do a 3x5. 5x5 is too much for me. I just did flat bench the day before yesterday, so my front deltoids are already a little bit sore. I can't afford to take a rest day today because of my work schedule. So 3 sets of 5 reps, heavy is what I do. And I'll go do 1 set to failure on the overhead dumbbell press and finish with some lateral raises. And that will be, or maybe upright rows, that will be my shoulder workout. I used to start this workout with overhead dumbbell presses. I'll probably go back to that. But for a few months here, I'm starting it on a 3x5 with heavy overhead barbell. I have 170 pounds on the bar. Last week I did 167, barely made it on 3 sets of 5. And in my log notes, I wrote extremely difficult next to it. So I'll be surprised if I get a 3x5 here. If not, I'll just keep at it and keep pushing at the 170. And I keep all my notes here. Every workout I do is logged here. I know a lot of people do it on their cell phones nowadays. I like to do it old school. These are the old federal record log books we used to use in the military. So, and I keep my notes in there, all my workouts. So last week I wrote, barely made it, extremely difficult, at 167 pounds here. So I got 170 on the bar. Let's see if I can at least get the first 1 or 2 sets at 5 reps. Made it. All right, 1 down. I like to do these sitting. I know a lot of people do them standing nowadays, which is great. I have a very sensitive lower back. I've heard it many times in the past. I have scoliosis in my lumbar, curvature of the spine. And when I was younger, doing this with my buddies in the gym, not using a weight belt, getting stupid, arching my back too much on these. I've hurt my back badly doing these in the past. And when I do them standing, I have a tendency, and I think most people do, to arch your back a little bit, right? I can't, I'm just not willing to risk that. But I do those standing presses from time to time, and I will get back into those. But when I do them sitting here, especially those foot rests, I can press my spine into the back rest of that to keep my spine as erect and straight as possible. I have a thick weight belt on. I tighten it as tight as I can, and if I do that, my back can handle these. But I have to be very careful. All right, so here's my second set. Got it. Try not to drop the weight, right? The traditional bodybuilder in me is a little brainwashed to not ignore the eccentric. So I try not to just drop the weight straight down like some people do. All right, I need a rest. All right, final set on the 3x5 with 170 pounds. The first 2 sets felt better than expected. Hopefully I can get this. Good stuff. All right, I have 185 pounds on the bar now. I'm gonna do 2 sets of pin presses. So I raised that pin up about, 8 inches. So these are basically half reps where you can put on more weight and tax the deltoids a little bit more and get your body ready to lift heavier weights next week. I like doing these a lot. They're pretty safe if you do them right. I don't know if you noticed, but when I do these, let me fix this. When you see a lot of guys do military press, they're keeping the weight in front of them. Okay, and they arch their back and they're going up in front of their body. And you can lift a lot more weight using this technique, but it incorporates almost entirely your front deltoid. And some guys arch their back so much, they're incorporating their pecs into it, and you can lift a lot more weight doing this technique. But one thing that gets neglected when you do that are your side delts, and I'm all about developing my side delts. So what I try to do on these dumbbells and barbell is I pinch my elbows back. And when I pinch my elbows back, especially when I'm coming up over my head, I'm pinching back as far as I can, and when I do that, I feel it in my side delts, and I've been doing this for a very long time, almost 2 decades now. And I've had really good results on my side delts doing that. Everybody thinks, oh, you got to do, the only way to hit your side delts is to do the lateral raises, otherwise it's all front delts. I don't believe that. I believe if you have good mind-muscle connection on these heavy presses, and you pinch the weight back and you don't arch your back too much, you can stimulate your side delts really well. I'm going to try to do that right now. Going to go for 5 reps. I did 4 reps at 185 last week on this. Going for 5. Got 6, but yeah, I was dropping the weight a little bit. It wasn't pretty. All right, one more set of these. I added 10 pounds, got 195 on the bar. Did 190 last week for 2 or 3, I think 2 reps, maybe 3. So I don't know if I get 3 reps, I'll be shocked. probably too much weight. I lost control. Not gonna go above 195 next time. Okay, now I'm gonna do one set of overhead shoulder presses, 70 pounds. 70s are the heaviest dumbbells I have. I can't afford to buy any more right now, which is fine. I'm happy with, like I've mentioned before, 90% of the work I do is with a barbell. So one set to failure here and I'm toast. I'm a big believer in high intensity training. I know a lot of people don't like Mike Mentzer. I do. I've had some of my best results from high intensity training. I know what I just did wouldn't necessarily be approved by Mentzer, doing multi sets like that, but they are all at least 1 to 2 reps to failure or total failure. And here's my one set of overhead dumbbell presses to true failure. So maybe he would be happy with that. Hopefully I can get 8 reps. Call it 8 reps. If I do those first before taxing myself with the barbell, I've gotten closer to 15. I get half that when I do it second. So, all right, probably do 1 or 2 sets of lateral raises now and be done with it. Okay, I just did one warm-up set with the 15 pounders. I'm gonna do my one set to failure here. The 25s, probably get, I don't know, hopefully at least 15 reps. Really burn it out. When I do these, you'll notice I lean forward a little bit and I pull back a little bit to try to incorporate the rear delt. And when I bring the weight down, I drop it under my legs. I've seen random people do this technique over the years and I picked it up and I like it. So if you've never tried doing that, try it. All right, I don't know, about 20 reps. Yeah, I swing the weight a little bit. I'm all right with it, feels good. That's it for deltoids. I am gonna hit one set of shrugs here, heavy barbell shrugs. You guessed it, once a week. All right, I have 425 on the bar. I did 415 last week for a set of, I think I did 12 reps. I don't know, I do these once a week. One extremely heavy set to failure once a week. I know there's a lot of different opinions about how to build your traps. I've done it all. Smith machine, dumbbells. I love doing it on the Smith machine, heavy. I don't have a Smith machine, so I'm doing it freestyle. And you see people do these, you know, fast reps, slow concentrated reps. A few months ago I saw a video, a starting strength video, where they're doing it in a way, I'll kind of demonstrate here. I'm not doing it exactly how they do it, where they explode up, kind of drop it, explode up, using more of a full body strength technique. I kind of like that. Been messing around with it lately. Traditionally I would do slow reps, okay? Nothing wrong with that either. You should do it all and really stretch it out at the bottom. If you really, I firmly believe if you really have a hard time building your traps, some people do, it's kind of like calves, you gotta lift heavy as you possibly can with tax your traps. Doing lots of lightweight sets is not gonna do it. You gotta do a couple extremely heavy sets. One set is enough for me. It's 425. All right. Call it 15. All right, that's it. That's all I need. Thanks for watching, guys.